Welcome everyone to the Made by Hand Shop. I'm Bobby Sharp. Well, this is our last episode in the series on building a table saw stand. And as you can see, it is fully assembled. So I hope you enjoy this episode, and at the end we will have some nice pictures of the assembled unit from all sides and maybe some ideas that we are going to incorporate into this unit in the future. assembled the table saw. I have assembled the frame, and the two are now together, as you can see. And I have to use the table saw to rip down some poplar banding that will go around the wings on either side of the table saw. I've clamped the larger wing to my miter station top because I know this is flat and this piece has a slight bow in it. So we will mark this as accurately as possible and creep up on the fit. Alright, I just cut that on the table saw with the crosscut sled. Looks like it is just a little bit taken off the end. Alright, let's see how that fits. Maybe just ever so slightly. Need to take a little bit more off of that. Alright, let's see how these fit. I really like that. Looks good. Now I'll unclamp it and make sure the top side is even. It should be because it's flat against the bench top. So I want to unclamp it and make sure that that is nice and even on the other side. Alright, so there is a gap at the top here. So I'm going to get some of my longer clamps and put some persuasion on it. Alright, so I have all of my long clamps holding this piece of trim on, and we'll let that dry and then we'll glue the ends on. Alright, so the front piece of trim has dried. I've removed the clamps and I've gone ahead and cut the two end pieces of trim. I have glue on those, and hopefully we can glue this together at one time because these are the only two long clamps that I own. Let's see if I can't get this lined up and shoot some pins just to hold it. Alright, I like the way that feels and looks. So we'll let this dry. Well, I have one of the wings completed as far as the installation of the trim, and I have actually shimmed this edge here with some aluminum sheet that I have to get the cast iron tabletop and this piece of plywood level. This is just a tad bit lower, and I really want it that way, but I've laid a straight edge across the cast iron top and it is parallel with it, so that is what we want. So next we're going to actually attach this wing to the frame, and like I said, there are shims that are underneath this side, and I've checked it and we did not need any shims over here on the far side, this near side. So let me get the camera set up and I'll show you how we're going to attach this assembly to the frame. Alright, as you can see here, I've marked where I'm going to place an anchor. This anchor is a lag bolt, with a washer, and it will be recessed below the surface, and I will drill that with a Forstner bit, a 5/8 inch Forstner bit. Alright, the thickness of this, or the depth of this Forstner bit looks to be deep enough. We'll put a lag bolt in there and see how that looks. Alright, I'm going to drill a pilot hole with a 3/16 inch bit, making sure that I'm plumb. Alright, I have my 2-inch lag bolt with a 1/4 inch washer that is 5/8 inch in diameter, and I have my impact that I'm going to run this in. So let's see how this goes. That all the way down. Alright, so I've marked the next hole, and we'll drill the countersink with the Forstner bit. Then we'll drill a pilot hole with the 3/16 inch drill bit, and then we'll install our lag. Alright, I have 2 more to install like that are up by the cast iron top, and I'll do that and come back. So as you can see, I've got all 4 of the lag bolts in holding this wing down. So I'll move to the other side and do the same process over there, and then we'll kind of reveal the finished product. Well, that's our final episode in the table saw build series. I really hope that you enjoyed this, and maybe by watching you got something from this. If anything, it was entertaining. I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel. We also have a Facebook page that we have started that will give you some updates between videos and things that go on during the week. If you saw anything in my shop, or maybe you have questions about the table saw stand, or maybe the reassembly of the table saw itself, please comment below. I would love to hear your comments. If you have comments on how I can improve my videos, I would appreciate that as well. Let's keep those to corrective criticism comments, if you would, please. But as always, be all you can be, but best of all, be sharp and stay safe in your shop, everyone.